Hey guys, sorry I'm looking really rough. I just got out the shower and I was blow drying my hair, and then all of a sudden it hit me. I have to make a video. Um, it's around midnight, so I should be in bed, but you know how it is when the Lord speaks to you, you are compelled to say what's on your mind. So let me reiterate that before I've made some videos where I've talked about the herbs and how they are very important. So I want to go back over that because I feel like that this is important again. So with herbs, now I'm not claiming that if you have a disease that you're going to go out in your yard and you're going to pick some dandelions and then you're going to be 100% cured of whatever disease you have. That is not what I'm saying. So please don't take it out of content, because that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to tell you is that there are some herbs that you can take that will help alleviate a lot of pain, help with nausea, help with your sinuses, help with stomach issues. Sorry about the cat. So sorry, so sorry. Stomach issues, athlete's feet, some herbs you can take that may, just may, help you with cancer-related stuff, or maybe help prevent from getting cancer. Now, also with this, I want to let you know that if you keep your body alkaline, where you have a lot of oxygen producing in your body, cancer cells cannot live in that environment. So this is going to go back to what I'm saying with your herbs, eating right, even if you have to take some supplements, going back and taking care of yourself. This is very important, because as we turn back into going forward, it's going to be like living backwards, if that makes any sense to you. So people will be growing a lot of their own fruits and vegetables probably soon, or you will be going to a farmer's market to get those types of things. A lot of people are going to be opening up stores where they're doing their herbal medicines and things, because this is going to be a vital part of how we live. You're probably going to not need antibiotics eventually. You'll notice that people will be able to help you get things down, maybe like your blood pressure, things like that. Getting off the sodas, drinking more water. You can lose a lot of weight. You don't have to get out and go to the gym and practically kill yourself every day. There's a lot of different things that you can do that will help you get to your goals. It takes a life changing. You can't look at it as a diet. You have to say that this is a life changing event. And when you look at it as an event that you're changing in your life, it's easier to continue to do this. So I want to make sure that I kind of explain that to you. So what I would suggest to do is start slowly. Start making sure that you're drinking water that doesn't have the fluoride and a lot of those harmful chemicals in there. Start doing more of your water intake. You don't want to drown yourself in water, but you want to build up your water intake. Then you can start adding things to it. I added some beet powder to mine, and I put a little bit of lime juice in it and a little flavor packet, and it actually started tasting like grapes. So it actually gave me a lot of energy just from drinking water. I felt really positive today at work. It was wonderful. So that will be something I will do every day in the mornings. So I kind of recommend that. I'm not a beet person, but like I said, the flavor packet that I did and the lime juice with it made it taste like grapes. So that was really good, and that was an easy one to do. And I recycle a lot of stuff. So if I do break down and I decide, okay, I'm really hungry, I can eat a hamburger today. Um, I'll keep the styrofoam cup and I wash it out really good, and then I'll use that when I put my flavored water or my smoothies that I make. I put it in that. This way, if I accidentally leave it somewhere or I drop it or whatever, or it gets thrown away when I'm at work, I don't panic because it's not my cups. So this is something else that you can do. I mean, you can reuse these things until you can't reuse them anymore. You just wash them out with some warm soapy water and they're good to go. And you're not putting any food in there per se, but if you do use the beet powder, it's going to turn it like a reddish color. So you want to rinse it out really well. And then when it's not able to be used anymore, then you throw it away, and you've probably got 4 or 5 more uses out of it. And like I said, this way, if you go somewhere and you're outside at a park and you set it down and somebody comes by and knocks it over and it drops on the ground, it's not breaking your cup. It's just a used styrofoam cup. But I want people to try to start doing this more. I bought some green powders that have a lot of probiotics in there and other vegetables, and it's from another company. It's called Activated You, and I'm still doing that. I've also gone back to doing just a little bit of apple cider every day too. This is just keeping everything clean, because in this Great Awakening, you're cleansing everything, okay? We're cleansing out the politicians, the government. We're cleansing out all of the lies out of our head. We're getting back to God, so we're cleansing spiritually, and we're going up in the higher dimension. And you're eating better, you're taking your vitamins, and you're doing things. So you're cleaning the inside out. You're doing your salt baths or your vinegar baths. You're cleaning your skin out. You're adding some crystals around your home, cleaning the energy around the home, keeping positive energy in there. You can use essential oils to keep the scents around. So these are different things that people don't realize. I had a lady come up to my little table. I am at a flea market, Cowboy Jim's, in Gulfport. So if you're on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, come by, come see me. I'm there from Saturdays and Sundays. I just probably closer to 10:30 to 4 because it takes me a little bit of time to get there some days. And she was telling me that she was just brought up very religious, and that she was told that crystals and essential oils were taboo and they were bad for you. And she said that it took her a while to realize that it's all the same, that it's all about spirituality, and it just opens your mind up where you're able to let more things in. And she bought some crystals from me, asked me different recommendations on different stuff that was going on, what would work. I sent her over to the table next to me because they serve herbal teas and smoothies and juices that they make themselves. They use a lot of sea moss, things like that. And I offered to share my business with them, so I sent her to their table so she could get some of that, because it all works together. So I want people to understand that all of this is not bad. People think, ooh, crystals and rocks, and you're casting spells and you're bad. No. What you're doing is you're getting to that higher dimension, and you're using everything around you, because everything here came from God. Rocks, herbs, plants, everything. So why is that bad? You're just taking in what we're all connected to. And different things give off different vibrations. It gives off different energy. They do different things. So it has nothing to do with being bad. It's just being open-minded and saying, okay, this is the direction that we are going into. I don't call this new age. I just call this getting back to the basics. And I can definitely tell you that if you've ever been to a Catholic Mass, they have incense burning when they're coming down the church. They're swaying it. They burn candles. They just lie to you. They lie to you about everything. Like when you put your candles on your birthday cake and they say, okay, make a wish, and you think in your head, and then you blow out the candles. Do you realize you just cast a spell? People don't realize that. Remember the old thing, oh my gosh, throw some salt over your shoulder. That's casting a spell. You just don't realize that you've been casting spells. And some of your most religious people do a lot of these things, and they don't realize that they've cast a spell. You ever look in the mirror and you look at yourself and you're like, okay, today I am going to have a wonderful day. I am beautiful. I am positive. I am happy. And you just look at yourself and you smile and you go out. You realize you cast a spell. So it's not what you think. These things, we do them every day. You're not causing any harm. You're just connecting with the energy. Now, if you go out and you try to hurt someone, then of course, then you're not doing God's work. We don't do that. I don't recommend doing that. Can people do it? Yes, but you never want to do things. You never want to harm somebody. Even sitting in your car, wishing that, oh, he made me so mad. I just hope he gets a flat tire and has to spend $500 and blah, 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 whatever. You just cast a spell. You just don't realize it. This is why they tell you be careful what comes out of your mouth and careful what kind of thoughts you have, because you are casting spells. You are wishing harm on someone, which is like casting a spell. So once you start getting out of this taboo thinking that, ooh, only witches, and they fly around on brooms, and they dance naked at the moonlight, and they have warts on their nose. No, it's... I don't know when it got to that point that was the normal looking thing. I do know I watched a very old, it wasn't a very old documentary, but it was a documentary. It's pretty old. And it was talking about witches. And I said, well, I'm going to listen to this because this is how I learn things. I look at things that I would normally just look at. And we're going like way back in history, that people would go to these women, and they usually kept to themselves, and they would bring their children or themselves or whatever, and the woman would cook something up for them, and she'd treat them. She usually, it was like going to your doctor, and this was the person that they went to. Also, she gave advice and things like that. And then the way the documentary tells it is that the women had a lot of power back then, because people didn't go to the man who made the herbs and did the paste on their arm and wrapped it with a leaf or whatever. It was, they went to the women. So they felt like the women had too much power, that people needed them more. So they started making it more of a taboo thing. If you went to her, oh, that's bad. She's into witchcraft, and that's the devil. And these women weren't. They were just very in tune to the energy and to nature and everything around them. They didn't call themselves a witch. They didn't consider themselves really witches. They were just women with a lot of knowledge, and they passed their knowledge down to their children or to anyone that wanted to learn it. And they usually kept to themselves. And I find that being a light worker, that I'm a lot of times by myself. It's because you need that quiet time sometimes to recharge and clear your head. Sorry, I hate when skin sticks up. And being by yourself, you're able to kind of just be away from everybody else's energy, and you kind of recharge, and then you're ready to go back out and conquer the world. Doesn't mean anything bad, but that's just, I think, how it is. And I'm surrounded by animals. They come from everywhere. I've got the ducks in the yard. I have geese that come and visit me. I have turtles that come in the yard, bullfrogs, just name it. My whole life, animals have found me and come to me and spent time with me. I used to live in an apartment complex, and I would not really jog, but I would speed walk at night. Because in my senior year in high school, I did run track, so I did live on my own my senior year. And I would speed walk, and I started noticing, and you'll laugh, but a family of raccoons would go speed walking with me. And it was 2 big raccoons with 3 little ones, and so I figured it was a raccoon family. And they would follow me back upstairs to my apartment, and a lot of times they would wait around the time I would go walking at night, and then they would go walking with me, and it's the craziest thing, but that's been my whole life. So when people get mad at me about animals around all the time or something, and I tell them, this is my whole life. And a lot of people just can't handle it. I mean, I can go to a park and a squirrel will come up to me, whatever. That's just who I am. The animals are very in tune to my energy. They hear me. They know what I'm thinking. A lot of times I know what they're thinking, believe it or not, as crazy as that sounds. This is why it's very hard for me to go into an animal shelter. Even as a small child, I remember going to the mall, and they had these puppies in a cage in front of the pet store and the thing. And instead of shopping and going to spend my money that my dad gave me at whatever store, I stayed at that cage with this one particular dog because he was so sad, and I could feel his sadness. And I said, Daddy, we've got to buy this dog. I said, he's very sad. And Daddy says, we're not buying that dog. That's a big dog. That's a husky. I said, but we've got to get him. He's very sad. And my dad didn't understand what I was trying to tell him. And I cried leaving that dog behind because I wanted to help him. And I couldn't. And he was so sad. He wanted out of that cage so bad. He wanted to play and love on someone. And he just was miserable. And I didn't realize why I knew these things at the time. I didn't have anybody to teach me. And this is why I do make the videos that I make, because I'm wanting to teach you, to let you know you're not crazy. Your children are not crazy. This is just the way people are. And some of us are light workers. And every time we come back to this planet to learn something, we always come back as a light worker. So I've always been a light worker. No matter what life I was in before this, I was always a light worker. I always helped people. I always had abilities, most probably the same ones. I probably get stronger each time I come back. But that's what I do. I'm here to help people, to educate people, to teach people. And after this Great Awakening, then I'm going to be more of a, I don't want to say a therapist. When I say this, I'm not saying that I'm going to go get a degree and have an office and people are going to come in and lay on a couch. More people are going to want to come to me to tell me, how they're feeling as far as the energy fluctuating. They're going to come to me with not understanding what just happened, and I'm going to be a person that's going to help them transition to the new way life is going to be. So that's what I mean by being a therapist. So right now I am trying to wake people up. I'm trying to educate. And then I move to more therapeutic side of it. And I do believe that my crystal store, I will end up in a building. And one of the things that I keep picturing in my head is that I want to have a table with just the 2 chairs. So people, even if they come in and they don't buy something, they can still talk to me, and I can still sit down with them and talk to them and help them, if that makes sense. And you're probably thinking, well, Jackie, you don't make money by people just walking in your store and you sitting down and talking with them and helping them make sense of stuff. And the answer is, well, no, not in particular. But is everything about money? Is everything about getting rich? And no, it's not. But if you reach out and you're kind to people and people feel comfortable around you, they will come back. They will buy something. And that's just the way I think. If they don't buy some crystals from me that day, or a couple of bracelets, or some essential oils, they'll probably come back. And they may tell somebody else about it. So that's the way I'm going to be. I'm not going to be, oh, if you're not buying something, you need to leave. And walking around and just watching them, they might take something. I'm not going to have to worry about that, because people are not going to have that urge to steal anymore, because it's just not going to be there. So you won't have to, but I'm not saying you don't have to lock your doors, or anything like that. Still have cameras. I'm just saying the majority of people, when they start to move up in this higher dimension, they're just not going to have this urge to want to steal, because everything's going to be kind of evened out. People are going to have the opportunities to have money, to have the things that they've never had before. And if they choose not to, and they choose to still, be a bum, it's not going to be easy, because so many people are going to be positive, and they're going to get people out of that. They're going to help you get into an apartment. They're going to help you do that stuff. They're going to help you get over your PSD or your depression or your anxiety. And the people are going to be more positive, and positivity it's addictive. So when you're around somebody who's smiling and happy and joking and laughing, you can't help it sometimes, to do it, unless you're just totally negative, and then you just walk away from it. I can't handle it, but negativity can be addictive too. But usually if someone's positive and they're just really positive, you usually can't knock them out of that. Now, somebody can be, in an okay mood, and someone comes in negative, and then it just changes their whole perspective in your life. Well, that just blew it for me, that's it. I'm burnt out. And we all do that. I can give you an example. It wasn't even a person. It was just situations. I was trying to print up some labels, and I couldn't find any paper. There was none, because people use things and they don't fill it back up. And I'm not the Jolly Green Giant, so I can't reach a lot of stuff. So I said, well, I'll just go to one of these portable printers, and then I'll print my stuff up. It didn't have any ink, so it starts to print, and then it started getting blurrier and blurrier and blurrier. And I'm like, is it that I'm not meant to change these prices today? I can't do this or something? What is it? And then everybody's like, well, nobody has any ink anywhere. And I'm like, well, that's it. That's it. I'm clocking out. I'm going home, because there's no reason to be here and get even more frustrated. It's not worth it. I'm gone. So I went and I clocked out and I went home. Now, I did all my work. I was supposed to do the change in the labels. I was helping someone else. That's their job. So don't take it that Jackie didn't do her job, she just left. No, that's not it. I was helping someone, and that's their job. My job is something else, but I was trying to help them out. And I was like, no, not today. But it didn't mean that the next day I just didn't go to work. I went to work and said, hopefully today we got some ink and we got some paper, and I was able to do some labels today. I did probably about 100 for. But that's just what I mean. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a person. Sometimes it can just be a situation. And you have to walk away from it, and you just let it go. If you got to walk away from it, just drop it, let it go, leave that negativity there, and just go on and get in your car. If you've got crystals in your car, which I definitely recommend, I keep amethyst in my car. Get you a couple of crystals, put them in your car, get that positive energy in your car. This way you're not driving angry and having road rage and stuff, and you're saying, oh, who puts crystals in their car? I did. like I said, just different things have different vibrations, and you want to be around positive vibrations. So this video, pretty much, I believe what he wanted me to talk about today is start looking into herbs. Start reading about your herbs. Go to the library or just go online and, look up different herbs. Read what they do. There's teas that you can drink. There are supplements you can take. But with anything, always be careful. And if you're not sure if you're going to have a reaction, I wouldn't, I'd be very careful. Monitor yourself. If you have blood pressure, monitor your blood pressure. And you can always talk to your doctor and tell them that you want to try some natural stuff. And the doctor may tell you what things probably not to take with your medication. Some things counteract. So it's not about not talking to your doctor, I'm not saying just throw all your medicines away and just go out in your yard and start, pulling some leaf off the tree and make a salad out of it. That's not what I'm saying. You need to be careful. You need to do your research. I would definitely find an herbalist who specializes in herbal things. Talk to them. Let them know what kind of medicines you're on. You can talk to a pharmacist. They would know what herbs not to take with certain things. I mean, some people drink grapefruit juice and then they take certain medicines, and the grapefruit juice has it to where those medicines don't work at all. So there's things that you've probably been doing and you didn't even realize that it was counteracting your medicines. But, a lot of the things you probably already have in your medicine counter: ginger, basil, oregano. Do you know oregano is actually good for your heart, and it's also good for cleaning out things inside your body? And you're probably thinking, oregano? I've got oregano. So what I do a lot of times, let's say you want to eat some scrambled eggs or make an omelet, I sprinkle oregano in it as I'm mixing it up, and then I cook it. And then you're not really tasting a lot of oregano. Garlic is another one. Not only does it keep people away from you, like in the old days they say vampires, but it's also good for you. You just got to be careful, because some of these things, if you take too much of it, it is going to come out your pores and you're going to smell like garlic, and nobody wants to smell like garlic. So I wouldn't say, eat garlic all day long, because, it is going to come out your pores. Oregano will do the same thing. It will come out your pores if you're doing too much oregano. So, be moderate. Ginger's good not only for upset stomachs, it's also good for motion sickness. It is also good cleaning out your intestines. So adding ginger every day is good, and a lot of people have ginger in their season cabinets. Cinnamon is another good one. You can take some hot water and get you a little bit of cinnamon and drink your hot water first thing in the morning, and that would do good. Or you could do hot water and some actual lemon. That's very good first thing in the morning. Or you can just add cinnamon to some toast. I add cinnamon sometimes to my hot chocolate when it's cold outside. I actually put cinnamon in my hot chocolate. So there's different things that you can do to make yourself better. And you probably didn't even realize that a lot of this stuff is there, and that it has actual good benefits, not only making your food taste good, but it's actually really good for you. So that's all I'm trying to tell you today. Just moderation. I have high blood pressure, I've got to take a gallon of cinnamon. No. And don't take a spoonful of it and stick it in your mouth, because no, you have to eat it on something or drink it in something. You just don't put it in a spoon and put it in your mouth. There was a challenge, I believe, that was going around, and those kids, it makes me think, I always get off subject, but it does make me think that someone sits around and thinks about, how can I hurt as many children as possible. And this is one evil, vindictive, either one person or a group of people. So they get on and they start these challenges, and they convince one person to do it. And then they put it on YouTube or TikTok or wherever they put it. And then all these kids start laughing. They say, well, I could do it. That can't be that hard. That's just stupid. That's just them making up that reaction. And the next thing you know, these kids start going to the hospital, like the Tide Pods, the cinnamon. There was something else. I think some people were doing the erasing their skin with an eraser or something. They're just all kinds of stupid things. Nobody ever puts something out there that it's a good thing to do. I mean, if you made a video about, I'm going to help one person today, one random stranger, and videotaped it, that would even take off. But no, you can't do that. It's always about causing self-harm to you. And these kids get seriously hurt. And they think it's funny, and it's not funny. So, but I do believe that is someone who sits around and comes up with the most ridiculous things, thinking purposely how to hurt as many of our children as they possibly can. So be careful when you see these challenges. Don't do that. You want to start a challenge, do one helping a stranger and pass it on and videotape that. That's what I would recommend. And watch that one go. Watch that one go. That would... Are you kidding me? Nobody wants to see you move. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I would definitely recommend that. So on that, we are going to go ahead and end this. This was more of a short one, but like I said, I want everybody to build up their immune systems naturally. It'll take time to start changing the way that you're doing things, but you can do this. You can do this. You're going to start noticing that you can clean your home with no chemicals, harmful chemicals, and your home actually stays clean, smells better, and you're healthier, especially if children with asthma or something. If you take the right herbs and the right vitamins, you'll notice you won't get sick. All of this is beneficial. Doing the right oils, burning the right oils to your oil diffuser will help clean the air, and keeping certain crystals around, even if you just have it as decorations. Get you a little mirror thing, put your crystals on it, maybe put a candle in the middle, and just do it as decorations. I'm not saying you have to sit down and put it on your forehead or your throat chakra, on your heart or anything like that. You can just decorate your home and feel the energy coming off of it that way. Then again, you maybe want to work with them where you're working on your crown chakras and your throat chakras and things like that, getting yourself lined back up, and that's fine too. But be open-minded. Don't take it that this is all taboo and you can't do this because it's all devil stuff. That's a lie, and that was done on purpose. Well, I have no idea why. He's not really explaining it to me. He's just telling me that a lot of things that we've been told were lies, and people are waking up more, and you shouldn't be afraid. If you're drawn to crystals, if you're drawn to burning candles or incense, it doesn't make you a bad person, and it just doesn't. I just want to make sure y'all know that that's getting closer to nature. That's getting closer to the higher dimension, and you're opening up. And when you open up, everything starts to make sense to you. Things are clear. They smell better. They're more beautiful. You're happier. Your positive energy is contagious, and other people are attracted to it. And it's a well-being. It's a whole well-being. It's not just, people think, oh, I'm going to go to the gym and work out. I'm healthy. This is all about my well-being. Well, your well-being is not just one part. You have to do the whole thing. You have to do your health, your spirit, your mind, your body, everything. You have to change everything. And then you are healthy. But if you're just doing one part, you're not doing everything. And most people just say, I exercise more and I'll eat better. But you haven't done everything yet, and you have to do all of it. You have to cleanse your whole body. You have to cleanse your skin. You have to cleanse your mind, and then you're full. You know what I'm saying? You've cleansed everything, and you're better for it. So just don't think, well, I detox once a year, that's all I need to do. Well, you have to be careful with a lot of the detoxins, because it does take a lot of vitamins and minerals out of you. And I do detox. But you don't want to do it just because, you're going to lose some weight or whatever. And you don't want to do it too much. I mean, some people say, you should do it every season. I usually just do it the once a year. But if you're eating right and you're getting the right things in there, you don't have to do that, unless you think that maybe you've got, well, maybe I ate too much tuna, maybe I have mercury in me or something. You know what I'm saying? Then you know. And this is the best way I can explain to you if you need to detox. If you're noticing that your skin is kind of dry and itchy or kind of flaky, if you're getting heartburn a lot, you're clogged up. Now, they'll tell you to go take heartburn medicine, and that this is what you should do. But when you do that, you're not pulling all that stuff out that needs to come out. If you detox, even if you did a 3-day detox, your heartburn will go away. Your heartburn will go away, and you won't have to take Pepcid AC or Pepto-Bismol. You won't have to take all that stuff. I learned that myself. I thought, man, I keep getting heartburn. I don't suffer from heartburn. I said, I wonder if I need to detox. And I detoxed, and guess what? No heartburn. Went away. I said, wow. And my skin was glistening. It was like shiny. Well, you can't really see right now, but my skin is very shiny. It's because I'm clean. You're like, well, how can you detox your skin? That's simple. You get you some Epsom salt and a little bit of lavender, and you put your cup of salt in there and sprinkle a little bit of lavender in your water. You sit in there and you let the toxins pull out. Let's say that you get boils a lot. Sometimes my son used to get boils on his butt a lot. And I think that was just from him growing and being really active. And I would always make him take a bath in warm water with Epsom salt, and it would just pull the stuff out of his skin, clean those boils out. So if you get boils, then this might be something that you could do instead of buying all that medicine. And Epsom salt baths also detox your skin, and it will also help with aches and pains. So if you're suffering a lot of aches and pains in your legs or your feet, you can actually do an Epsom salt warm bath. Put you some lavender in there, because that smells, and lavender also it kills a lot of bacteria, believe it or not. That's why you add it to your cleaning solution when you make your own cleaning solution. It smells good, it's calming, and it also is antibacterial, so it will kill those bacteria. So it's all about everything. Remember, everything's balanced. You want to be balanced. You want to not just go to the gym every day and work out, or you don't want to just eat right, or you want to do all of it, okay? You want to do all of it. You want to do your mind, your spirit, everything. And once you do that, once you start doing that, then you are moving up into those higher dimensions. You're more positive. Your body feels better. You don't get sick. And this is very important. This is very important right now. They're going to keep pushing this narrative about the V's. And I don't really want people to go get a V shot because we don't know what's in there. So I want people to be careful, but it's your body. You do what you want to do, what you think is best. If you think, no, this is what I'm going to do, this is what they're telling me to do, or I have to do it because of my job, or whatever reason, be careful. Be very careful, all right? Just be very careful. I can't tell you not to do it. I can't tell you to do it. And I'm not. I'm just going to tell you to be careful. But if any possibility that you're debating about it, then I want you to really do your research on it, dig deep, and you're going to find everything that they've been not telling you, and you're going to be shocked. So this is why the Lord wants you to start cleansing everything out, not just your body, your mind, and your spirit as well. Be fully cleansed. Get yourself fully healthy. Don't just work on one or two things. You have to work on all of them. And when you've got that, you will not get sick. You will not have a lot of problems that you have. You've got to quit putting all of these poisons in your body as best you can. Let's just put it that way, because there's just sometimes you can't get away from this stuff. But if you do the best you can and eliminate it, at least in your home, it will definitely help a lot. So, like I said, these are things I want you to start considering, things I want you to start thinking about, and weigh your options. Because the way things are going, it's really crazy, and I just feel like a lot of people, after they've had the V, are going to have health problems later. And if they say you have to get a second round of the V, this may actually get more people to have problems immediately. If you got lucky, you didn't have a problem the first round, the second round you'll see more people that will. There's going to be lasting long effects from it. So if you did get one, I want you to make sure that every year you're going to the doctor and you're doing a full checkup. I want you to check your blood level, pressure. I want you to watch for different things. If you think that you're suffering from cancer or anything like that, you see some kind of weird color growing on your skin, or something doesn't look right, or something just popped up that's not supposed to be there. Anything, you get more migraines, blurry vision, anything like that you normally do not have before you got the V, I want you to go to a doctor, please. Because these are the different things that I can see that people are going to have problems with, and especially children. If you notice that your children aren't able to concentrate as good, they're losing interest in things, or slowing down, watch for that. You don't want your kids to shut down. Remember, kids, their bodies are very strong. They haven't been around as long as us adults, and some of us have been around longer than others. I'm probably in the mid. I'm like half a century old. So, we've had longer times for this stuff to build up in us, but our children haven't. So, but if you notice that your child got a V and they seem to be kind of getting sluggish and slowing down and not acting as peppy and as energetic as they used to be, do not hesitate to go get a doctor to check them out, okay? I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to give you some of the symptoms that I see. I also listened to another video that was talking about children completely shutting down that had brain damage. So just be mindful and be careful. I have not read anything about that. I'm just seeing kids not being able to focus. That's what I see. Now, whether or not that means that their brains are shutting down as far as completely to be vegetables or something, I don't know. I'm not seeing anyone with tubes in them. I'm just seeing very sluggish, moping, hunched over kids, just kind of droopy looking. So that's what I would say. That's what I see. I'm particularly seeing a girl with long black hair. She's tall and slender, and she's just kind of hunched over, just kind of, she, I don't know who she is. She's got some kind of white button down on, but that's just who I see. I don't know who it is. And I'm not saying that it's anybody in particular. It could just be a random person. That's just how it is sometimes with me. So that's just what I see. So that's what I mean. Kind of sluggish, mopey, kind of slow, not peppy, energetic, kind of withdrawing, don't want to do anything, like, I'm just going to go to bed. If that's not your kid, don't ignore it, okay? Don't ignore it. And you shouldn't be ignoring things when your kids start acting strange. It could be that they've gotten on drugs, or they're drinking, or they're having some kind of problem at school. You should always pay attention to these types of signs. And if you're not, shame on you. So just don't blow it off that your kid's just having a bad day, or that it's just a phase they're going through. You have to ask them what's going on. All right, I think that's everything. If I get another vision or another, in my ear, I will definitely jump back on, hopefully. I'm going to go put my detox pads on tonight, just do my foot detox that way tonight, and hopefully wake up tomorrow energetic, get some more beet juice with my water. It's good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Good for you. And hopefully have a great day at the flea market. Like I said, if you're on the Gulf Coast here in Mississippi, come buy something from me. If you don't want to buy something from me, come sit down and talk to me. We can talk about anything. If not, if you're ever this way, come look for me. And y'all have a great night. And if you do have friends on the Gulf Coast and you know that they're into this type of stuff, tell them where I am. Definitely share the video if this, connected to you and you think, okay, I know someone that could benefit from hearing this. Definitely share it, please. And let's get these words out. Let's get people to understand what's going on and not to be afraid. Okay? All right, so I'll see y'all later, and have a wonderful day tomorrow. I know here it's probably going to rain, but I am still positive I am going to do wonderful tomorrow and make a whole bunch of new friends. So good night, y'all. Bye.